Well, speaking from my experience as a father, I know that I've reevaluated my image of my dad over the years of my life. The older I've gotten, the more I've understood, and I've understood things he may have done differently. Also begin to experience a greater degree of forgiveness for what I may have thought were errors on his part. And so, of late, it feels that we're drawing closer. We're not such adversarial figures at this point. I think
in some ways, it's like you're two dads now.
We are two dads. And we've always been close, but we've had our tips. I wouldn't say slipping.
Evolving.
Yeah.
A question to James. We've seen you before in iconic films, especially Warriors, that was somehow a mark of that dry, aesthetical look from the late 70s, early 80s in cinema. Have you ever seen anything similar to that on TV? Because I think somehow America is facing a revolution in terms of drama on TV. Is there something close to that? Do you think Dexter can be or already is that revolutionary aesthetic?
Well, I think that Dexter is certainly an iconic character that you've never had a serial killer be the warm, fuzzy hero, so to speak. The Warriors were a bunch of punks, and you've never really had so many people rooting for the Rotten Kids before. So maybe in that sense, that it's a kind of an iconic film, yes, but not directly. The Warriors were a bunch of kids, and Dexter's a very complex psychology. I don't know if that answers the question.
I have a question about the dynamics between the co-workers in my police department. Can any of you involved in this upcoming season talk about how that has evolved and changed? What you like about how it's evolved over the years? And in the early seasons of Dexter, there was someone in the department who was highly suspicious of Dexter's activities, and I was wondering if any of you could just comment on what we can expect in terms of workplace dynamics.
I think that's one of the fun things about the show is that, that possibility is always going to be there. It's always going to exist. You saw it dramatically played out with Dokes, but who's to say anyone else in the department will have an inkling of that? That's always going to loom over Dexter's head. So that's one of the reasons why the show is fun.
I think that as the show, reinvents itself every year, whatever happens on the show indirectly affects every character in the show, especially the ones that are working with Dexter and Lisa. And I think with those new discoveries come new challenges. Since after 5 years, the audience has gotten to know a lot of these characters. Those incidents become magnified.
Can any of you speak about the maybe changes in power, considering some people got promoted, some people's personal lives have spilled over into their work lives, marrying bosses, etc. So now that we've jumped forward a year, what can you say about the power?
Some things work out, some things don't.
Here, the trailer for this new season says, well, we hear Dexter saying that he's going to, I'm feeling like my old self again, to quote it, which means that we're going to go back to who he was in the first seasons, and that might mean that the previous season was not that good and that we want to see him where he was before.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. I think Dexter is someone who we see over the course of the life of the show indulge in or play at what it means to be someone in a love relationship, someone confronting his demons in front of a group of fellow addicts, whatever it is. But we him, and I think you see him pointedly do it at the end of the 5th season, he has this ability to unplug from that experience and somehow work it in his mind as something that didn't humanize him as much as it made him a more effective